What's up guys, SeanEDawgz here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to get a very easy nuke on Frontier. Now when you think of the map Frontier, you're thinking a lot of submachine gun rushers, some shotgun rushers. It's going to be completely hectic, all hell is going to break loose. How do you develop a strategy for getting nukes on this map? Well, I stick to my old NV4. I don't need to pull out like an FHR 40 or something, try to get a bunch of close range kills. That's not how I do it. I was basically able to set up a crazy spawn trap with randoms on my team because they don't really ever push up. So all I had to do was stay pushed up, but not so far that it would change the enemy spawn. Here at the beginning of the map, I'm pushing out like a madman. Most of my deaths, there's always like 2 or 3 people on my screen, or I'm getting shot in the back. It's just too much to handle at times if you just play this map normally and just keep pushing. Instead, what I realize in a few deaths is that is completely unnecessary. You can play this completely differently. This can be either your hardest map to get a nuke or one of the easiest, because it really is different. It is all down to map control and the flow of how you play it. A lot of my kills, there were not even gunfights. I just had the spawns under control. I knew where everyone was going to be at all times, and I was just picking them off one by one. Easy kills, nothing too special. With that being said, if you don't have extremely fast reaction times, this still could be an insanely hard map to get a nuke on for you, because at any point someone could just pop out like 10 feet away from you and completely ruin your kill streak, and you have to be ready for that. You're gonna see that like 2 or 3 times throughout this streak. I guess you could call it being lucky, but you gotta have those really fast reaction times. I was able to rewind out of a couple bad situations and turn on people in a few others. But you'll notice I really start to lean in towards that back room in the corner, because that is a heavy spawn point. They spawn there a lot. There, that guy was phase shifting. They always go in corners, but you could hear when they come out of phase shift, so it's not too hard to pick up those kills. But another key here is use the underground. It is very underused. You'll see in this game, maybe I saw like 2 or 3 people down there, and that is how I get so close to their spawn. Those hallways up top are a complete nightmare. People sit in corners. There's a bunch of different head glitches in the middle. You don't want to have to deal with that. Here, I'm just going back and forth, like basically corralling the enemies in their spawn. Obviously, there's going to be some close situations just because the map's really small, and here a guy spawned underground. That was almost bad, but I had radar. But it's all down to how you control the flow of the game. Here, you just got to be ready for the flip, make sure no one comes up behind you, and then go to work. I'm just sitting here. I paused for a second because I could hear their footsteps, but they were above me. That hallway is another good spot to pick up kills, where I'm about to go in a few seconds. Right here, there's usually people sitting in corners, people camping. Here there's a guy across from me, a nice easy kill. But you also got to be on the lookout for campers. A lot of people like to camp behind that table, and also in the back on the other side of the map as well. In this specific gameplay, I maybe had to kill like 2 or 3 super hardcore campers in corners and head glitches, and maybe 2 or 3 like off of rewinds or very close encounters that I wasn't expecting, like this one. But besides that, a lot of it was just killing them off spawn, which makes this so much easier than getting nukes on other maps, because you don't really have to be better per se in terms of gun skill. You just need to know what you're doing. Anyone could do what I'm doing here. There's no like display of gun skill. I haven't even been shot in the last like 5 kills, and a lot of people don't realize that about Call of Duty. They're too hard-headed. They think it's all just straight up, you know, you shoot the enemy player, but there is a lot more strategy to it than people give credit for. A large part of my game, at least, involves strategy. I mean, I do have the gun skill to back it up, but if you don't have the strategy, gun skill means nothing. You got to control your spawns, you got to know where you're going, and you got to know where the enemy's going. If you're not paying attention to the radar at all times during your game, at least on Frontier, you're in complete trouble, because anywhere that your teammates are not, the enemy is going to be spawning. This map is way too small, and the spawns are going to be very tight. People are going to be spawning like 10 feet away from you. You got to be prepared for any situation. The most difficult part of this kill streak was when the spawns flipped, because right there a lot of people like to sit on those stairs in the head glitch, but I was able to get that nice wall run and jump off the wall and get my movement in before he was able to kill me. But once it flips, you do have to make your way over to the other side of the map, which can be a challenge. There is some random spawning right there. That guy may have spawned underground, or he could have just been chasing me the whole time, but still a very close call. They do spawn in this hallway that I'm in right now, and it is somewhat unpredictable. Although I'm trying to make the nuke easier for you guys to get, there is no such thing as an easy nuke. There are ways to make it easier, but it is not easy in itself. No matter what, you are going to have like 4 or 5 close calls on your nuke streak, and that is where the real gun skill and reaction time comes into play. But other than that, it is all about the strategy and the map control. So if you stick to that, you only have to win a few close calls, and besides that, it should be smooth sailing and you should be on your way to a nuke in no time. My only like really good display of gun skill was right there, but that was after my deatomizer, so it didn't really come into play. There I got completely destroyed by that sniper. You can die at any moment. Life is a fragile thing, boys. You only live once. Nukes for days. That is going to wrap it up for this video. If you did enjoy or found it helpful, be sure to drop a like. Comment down below with any thoughts or questions you may have, and as always, subscribe to the channel if you are new for some more great videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.